tapped in here this evening. Get some folks tapped in here this evening. Get it in here while I'm at work. Get some content flowing. See if we can get some folks tapped in here tonight.
Why is dating a single mother?
Really? Shit. What's up with it, man? Y'all tap in with your boy. Out here working tonight, getting in. Night security. Here getting in this good old mobile security tonight. Trying to get some content in while I'm out here riding, man. What y'all think about single mothers dating? Single mothers that date, man, out here dating in the dating world, getting bust down, the ramifications that they have on the community, the way in which sex sets back society, when in my opinion their full focus, as a single mother, their full focus should be on the child that they bore out of wedlock. I'm speaking specifically about women who have kids, if not multiple children, out of wedlock, multiple broken homes, the whole destruction of the nuclear family thriving within them, the women who see no purpose in the nuclear family, who actually take offense when you bring up the importance of a nuclear family and how raising a kid without that structure can cause lifelong damages to that child psychologically, to that child that grows into an adult. Insecurities, doubt, just a myriad of things that rear its ugly head once they go into adulthood, harboring that baggage of not having a nuclear family. So basically the mother, that's why I say the mother is paramount. The mother, what she does, once she already gets bust down to the streets, she belongs to the streets. Once you already get bust down by the streets, you rarely see women, and this is my advice, pack that shit up. Pack that shit up. Talking about shut the poontang down, man. Shut it down, man. That's my advice to a lot of women. A lot of women, man. Once they choose to have kids, when a man in the relationship no longer exists or no longer is working, I feel like the full focus should be on the child, man. We got all these dating apps, Facebook date, Tinder, all these apps where it enables the single mother to go out here and continue to get bust down and continue to bring in degenerate child after degenerate child into this world that we have to deal with, we have to stomach, that we have to be the ones to interact with. The police have to be the ones to check and control. And just, quite frankly, society as a whole, I feel like we're getting frustrated and tired of this conversation being had. That like button, you jumping in here. That's just me, man. My opinion, women have kids, man. Continuing to have children a good thing. Yeah, I can't see how that is, and if anything, it's destroying the fabric of society. It's creating a bastardized nation full of renegade women, promiscuous women, feminized young men. Yeah, it's ushering in just a new regime. Of a child alike, man. So it's really wild when you think about it. When you really, really break it down, like I said, the psychology behind the whole thing. Yeah, let's get to it, man. Let's hear some of these videos, some of these single moms giving just hear some of the ditziness, some of the illogical thinking of a lot of these women, man. Let's hear it. Let's get to it.
Oh, mom. Okay.
So yeah. Okay.
What did you?
I think we should break up.
That's ghetto. But yeah, it's the same mindset. Just like that video right there. That's really how I think about them. They're man eaters. They run through men. They literally run through men, man. These women will run through man after man after man. And then wonder why nobody takes them seriously. Wonder why their kids are out of control. Wonder why society is filled with so many fragmented families and disjointed families, dysfunctional. Wonder why streets are overran by violence.
Mom, to hear is that you are not any less valuable than a woman who doesn't have kids. I remember dating guys who
See, that's a dangerous precedent being set by women even saying crap like this. I'm just being honest. There's a dangerous precedent being set by trying to, and that's basically what's been going on for a while now. Is we've been basically coddling single mothers. Society has definitely been coddling single mothers and condoning a lot of degenerate behavior, all in the name of equality. But it's like I said, it's slowly but surely destroying the fabric of society. Like I said, all these Democrat-led cities, man, we wonder why they're just violence. mercy, man. It's wild, man. We've learned to condone and turn a blind eye to what is literally destroying the community. You know, women continue to be butt down by men who do not want to be fathers to them, who do not want to be associated with them, who only wanted them for a quick nut. And then that turns into a whole life being brought into this world. You're dealing with somebody who really detests you. You think about that, it's really a sad thought. It really is. People who did not even want them, man. Y'all tap in with me, man. TMP. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. But yeah, man, this is the blowback, and this is the blowback and ramifications of allowing shame to leave society, man. This is the for sure blowback of what happens when shame leaves society. And we got a lot of women leading things and running things. This is the consequences that you gotta face. These are the literal consequences that we must face.
In a covert way, try to communicate like, hey, I'm dealing with a lot for you. Like, you should feel special because, you know, you have a child. However, what I would say is that you can't date the way you dated before you had kids. And this is going to be a hard truth, because before you had kids, the only responsibility you had was yourself. Your life is not just your life anymore. Life is also that child's life, and your number one priority is that well-being of the child. Mom to hear.
Unfortunately, while all that being true, what we see in society, that is not the facts. A lot of these children get neglected once these women get into these side relationships with these men. After they break it off with their baby's father, and then they out here dating, wasting time, courting, time, trying to fill a woman's heart of something that she should have been found out a long time ago. She should have known a long time ago where she stood in the grand scheme of things, in my opinion. A lot of folks, man, they're lost. Yeah, freaking lost, man. Yeah, me personally, I think a single mother has no.
Dating as a single mom is so hard. Dating or trying to date as a single mom is so hard.
Where does a 44-year-old single mother go these days to meet a man?
So dating as a single mom is hard. Like, it's really, really freaking hard. What is it about single moms that makes you guys run for the freaking hills?
The dating scene for single mothers is a mess, with men avoiding them at every turn. Let's roll the clips.
Why is it so hard? I don't know if it's me, maybe it is, to date as a single mother. It's like no one wants to date you, and frankly, I feel like I am a catch. But I don't know, when it comes to the child thing, I think it scares a lot of people.
Yeah, men ain't got time for it, man. Men really do not have time for all that. Rightfully so. If you're a young man, I would never recommend you dating a single mother, man. If you're a man with no kids, that is the dumbest decision you could ever make. Is to have kids with a woman out of wedlock. Yes.
Oh, we got another speeder in school!
Get my shit together.
about, how I feel right now, but I'm sick of being a single mom. I'm so tired. And, I honestly could say I'm not enjoying motherhood anymore. Like, because I have to focus on being a mama and a daddy. I have to focus on figuring out everything that has to do with my child. I'm so mentally tired. Like, and I didn't ask for the people that's gonna be like, oh, you know who you lay down with? Baby, I didn't ask. Either way it go, I didn't ask to be a single mama. If me and him didn't work out, it don't have to affect the kid. Like, you should still be pulling your weight.
Most ignorant mindset I ever seen in my life.
My baby daddy always worry about everything else. Yeah. You ain't see this child in 2 months. 2 months. And you worry about a nigga? Well, I ain't stopping you. I never stopped this nigga from seeing his child or nothing. Like, never. I was never that kind of baby mama because I literally want you to come get your child. Come get her. Like, please come get her.
Women be lying like shit. They hate being mothers. This is the reality right here. A lot of this is actually a good content, creator, South End creator. This is actually a good example of what I'm actually talking about. Like, these women are tired. They know they're fed up with, they bring these kids into the world. They know it's not meant to do it alone. She's talking about she's tired and fed up being a single mother. Something she chose. She laid down, had a kid. And yeah, the man is probably upset about a nigga because you probably out here entertaining niggas. So that's the biggest thing that I say. You're talking about all this, the things that you have to do to take care of the child, but it's your child. Like, it's your responsibility. It's what you're supposed to do. Nobody put a gun in your head and made you have this child. So it's your responsibility as a adult woman that lay down and had a child to take care of it. The man, he's probably more worried about who's around his daughter. You know what I'm saying? He's seeing he's hearing through the grapevine you date niggas. Women always be lying about that too. That's another thing. These single mamas be lying like shit about dealing with niggas. They be embarrassed to tell niggas they out here getting their back broke after they just had babies. You know what I'm saying? They shameful of it, but they still doing it. Now give me a second, man. TNP, hit that like button. Be right back with it. Oh, all right. In and out, man. That was easy enough. Get to that chicken, man. Hope y'all doing good out there, man. Tapping in with TNP. Hop on here and see what y'all think, man. What y'all think about the topic? Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Somebody say stop the cap on there. Well, hey, what's the cap? That's what I want to know. What's the cap, man? Somebody let me know. Somebody wake me up. Somebody, enlighten me. Shipstone Club. I know a lot of niggas was raised by single mamas. I know a lot of niggas was I know a lot of niggas grew up to their mama getting their back broke by multiple niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a tough pill to swallow having to see your mama, your big mama out here getting bust down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel you. I feel you. And due to that, you probably have a strong affirmation for protecting single mothers, man, and their ability to be able to get bust down. You know what I'm saying? You're a liberal weirdo. You know what I'm saying? You've been conditioned to be in this sunken place of liberalism. And it's no fault of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole society out here. The liberals have done a number on the black community, man. That's first and foremost. How far they allowed the bar to be dropped as far as decorum, morals, respect, self-respect, dignity. The bar has went to hell. Let's be honest. The bar for the things in which we accept as normal behavior, it has dropped to Hades, man. Let's be honest.
I'm tired. Come get up. But no, it don't be like that. With the inconsistency with money, y'all. It be so inconsistent when it comes down to sending money. One day like a week, 2 weeks he could be consistent, and then the other few weeks he go back to the same. It's like I can't win for losing in either situations. Like, it's never about money, but I do need help financially. And
women always use money as a tool to justify fatherhood, or like a lack of concern for the child. You ever notice that? Like, they act as if children don't need more than just that money to be raised properly. We know providing money is very paramount and imperative, but the issues that I'm talking about specifically that plague the black community due to single motherhood have nothing to do with the financial aspects of things. We're talking about guidance. We're talking about giving instruction. We're talking about direction. We're talking about leadership. We're talking about instilling self-respect and dignity. We're talking about instilling morals and chastity and self-respect. Things that money can't buy. Money can't buy that assurance and that self-assurance within your child, that confidence and that security that they're lacking when they're raised out here fucked up, for lack of better words, when they're raised out here to fend for themselves mentally. Money is cool, but you can't just disregard presence and just the power of a real man. You really can't. You can't just dismiss that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the presence of a man is powerful. Even though I know society today does not, unfortunately, because a lot of people raised in these single mama situations, they don't really know the power and the place of having a man in the household at all. At all, man. So, yeah, a man's place is invaluable, Just like you can't have a child by the seed, man. You cannot have a child with just eggs. You know what I'm saying? Just a zygote. You gotta have the egg to be fertilized by the male semen, the seed, man. So the importance of the father, just like the mother, is immeasurable. Like I said, as much as we want to dismiss the importance of having a father in the home, we see, I mean, look at our society, look at our situation that we have. As I said, look at the level that we dropped as a humanity, human-wise. It's downright deplorable, man. Like I said, we gallivant and walk around as if it's normal, but there's nothing normal about this situation at all.
I would like for you to come get your child, but no, y'all know. So I'm just literally like mentally tired of like carrying all the freaking weight. I am so tired. It's so much that my parents could do. Like, they're the biggest help I know. Like, my parents.
See, and a lot of people, they run to their parents, they run to the system, and that's the crutch that allows them to continue to be wrong. And unfortunately, continue to be able to live in a degenerate state. Like, when they have a crutch that allows them to live in their debauchery, in their messed up and wrong ways, like, it's like basically continue to condone and it leaves it unchecked. You know what I'm saying? Like, before, it's like you would be forced to have to deal with this man, to work with him. Like, I bet you the last thing this woman wants to do is to be submissive and conform to what this man. That's the biggest drawback. Like, you listen to his word because you have no respect for this man. And I'm talking about, I mean, these are some, but not all, but it's a lot of cases, in my opinion. It's a lot of cases. These women will literally give these men everything, the best parts of them, the best, of them. Lay down with them, give them everything they have to give as far as who they are as a woman. But they won't give them the small, minute, comparatively to what they're doing. Because you lay down with a man, you give him everything. Let's be honest. If you're laying down unprotected with a man, you're giving him everything that God has given you that he said was sacred. So you're doing that, which is everything, but the small price of submissiveness is too much. The small price of valuing the man's input that you laid down and got bust down by, that's where you draw the line at. That price is too much to pay. Ain't that some mess when you really break it down and think about it? I'm talking about psychologically, just the whole, energy behind that type of thinking and that mindset. Where you will lay down with a man, unprotected, and have kids, but the thought of listening to this man's input and his plan for your life, for the family that he created with you, that's where you draw the line. That's where you can no longer get with it. Because to do that, that would entail you having to be humble yourself to somebody, and to no longer look at yourself like you're the head Negro in charge. And you have to, you know what I'm saying? You no longer, these women have these narcissistic traits. They can no longer live in that no more. They got to have checks, balances, respect, order, all the above. The things that society, unfortunately, a lot of people don't have a lot of today. A lot of people don't have a lot of order. A lot of people don't have a lot of men in their household giving them order, directions. A lot of people don't have nuclear families. A lot of people don't have anybody that loves them genuinely other than their mother and father. If they're lucky enough to have a mother and father, they have no direction, no order, no morals, no respect, no dignity. You know what I'm saying? All they have is, different sexual intercourse situations with different men. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is that any type of respect for you as a person? Like, how can you have any dignity and respect as a person living like that? That's just my mindset. Like, where you can lay down with a man, but then you don't value his word or opinion, or you don't want him to be trying to raise his child, or everything becomes about money, or, just all these little small issues that they find with the male, who they was able to lay down with, unprotected with, and have a child with. Get it. That's why you say, man, if you ask me, you don't want to hear what I got to say, man. You know, people don't want to hear the real from me, man, because I keep it 2-1 thou wow.
And his side, his aunt and his cousin, they literally come through. Like, I literally call those four my village because they literally pull their weight for my kid. When I need the help, they give it to me. Like, and I can't ask for a better village with those, but of course it takes more people. It takes the dad to actually help. Like, I shouldn't have to be calling my dad to pull his weight for Coyote. Like, it's just, yo, I just need to let that out. I just need to get that out because I am so freaking tired of people thinking it's okay for us women to carry all the weight because the mom and dad not together. No, still be a father. I'm still a mother. I still gotta wake up every day. I can't make excuses. It be excuses after excuses after excuses on.
See, the thing is, they want provisions, but they don't want the father to have the duty of the head of the household, and the ones that and the one that makes the law, lays the law, controls things. It don't matter about the financial situation or pecking order that you're in.
Fasten seatbelt.
It doesn't matter about the financial pecking order that a lot of women must. A lot of these women play their lives and live their lives by. You know, the one who makes the money makes the rules. It's not about that. See, that's the problem. That's the disconnect that a lot of people are having in society today. They only respect money. They only respect the provisions and the monetary value that the men provide. And if you're not up to that standard, which is a lot of times outlandish and ridiculous, and like I said, not even in the realm of reality, then they don't respect you. And that's a huge issue that a lot of men today are taking issue with, because if you know, a lot of these women are holding these guys to standards that are unrealistic, that are very, very much so unrealistic, man. They're expecting a man making $18, $20 an hour if you're out here providing the lifestyle of somebody making six figures. And if you're not dropping that down, then they ain't showing that respect. They're not showing that, you know, that capitulation, that submissiveness, you know, and it's sad. The dollar amount a man makes should not be the sole determining factor of how much submissiveness he receives. As a woman, you should be a wife, a helpmate, and you should show submissiveness to that man just to the fact that you laid down and you chose to have a child with him. See, women don't know how psychologically crazy that is, to have children with a man, if not multiple men, and none of these men do you respect their word. Like, women don't know. That's why a lot of men don't respect single mothers, right there. Because men aren't stupid. Like, as dumb as women love to act like men, as dumb as women would love to act like men are very observational. You know, very astute. They're very logical. You know, the way in which we look at when we're dealing with relationships, we're very much so logical in the way in which we think and conduct ourselves. So it's like, you know, we look at it from a different perspective. We're like this. We're like, boom. We look at it like, for one, we're gonna ask, why didn't it work out with the baby father? That's gonna be the first thing. You had a whole child with a guy, and then it didn't work out, and then we're just wondering why. You know, and a lot of the times women are very, very defensive about the situations in which they had kids. It's like, that's something that I would never understand as well. It's like, you chose the person, but you're sitting there acting like he's ops. You know, we out here talking to other guys. Oh, I never date my baby daddy again, and I made a mistake. All this stuff, like this, the defensiveness that they have when they talk about these men who they chose to have a forever situation with, is really, like I said, it's really, really scary when you think about it. Like, this is your level of discernment, the level of discernment that you had in your life. I don't care if you was 18 when you had a child. You know what I'm saying? 18, 19, 20, whatever. I don't care if you was 21, you had a child. Why would you lay down and have a baby with a guy and then not have respect him? I don't care who he is. Like, you chose. Like, as long as he's not a serial killer or some shit like that. I know they got them Chester, you know what I'm saying? A serial unaliver or something like that, man. What is the hang up? I don't get why they demonize these men like they're just the scum of the earth. But it's like, you laid down and had a kid with him. Like, so, you know, if he's scum of the earth, what does that make you? You know? And when you talk like that, they really have no rebuttal. You know, they really don't have no type of rebuttal for that. I'm telling you, just ask what happened. Ask some of these women, like, where's your baby father at? They be defensive, then they mug. I think they trying to, like, put off or throw the guy off by trying to act like, oh, it's just so dead and he's just the worst person alive. Like, whenever they trying to date or you know, date another guy type deal, courting another guy, then they want to act like the baby father is such a non-factor. He ain't this, he ain't that, he's this, he's that. Man, I've heard some of the craziest situations from women that had kids with niggas. He's down low, he's this, he's that, but you had a child with him. So, you know what I'm saying? And they don't understand, like, how that looks to men in general. Like, it looks sad. It looks sad from men that have, you know, because like I said, have any type of logical mindset, it looks sad. Stone Cliff, Greensview, hitting up these lots. Getting in that work, man, it's the only way to do it. Nobody about to give you a dime in this world. You got to grind for it. I'm just the type to get out here and go get it, man. Hit that like button if you're in here tapping in with T. Just out here going through some single mama content, man. Getting some insights so we can get some content rocking ourselves. Just looking at it from other people's perspectives. You know how that goes. Cute lady right here, though, man.
First of all, I want to put myself first at times, but I can't because I have a kid. This nigga talking about something. I gotta put myself first. Nigga, you should have thought about that before you lay it down and bust. And me talk about something you won't put yourself first. Like, what are you talking about? I don't want to hear that. Like,
yeah, because a man can't do nothing if he's not better than himself. What good is he for the child if he ain't doing for himself? You know, that's kind of like common sense. Like, if he's not able to better himself, what good is he for the child? You're obviously not a helpmate. You obviously don't got his best interest at heart. You're obviously not a woman that's gonna bust down your finances to help the whole team, which I feel like is paramount. I feel like a lot of folks gotta go back to that, man. Like, how can we have children with people that won't even let us see their checkbook, that won't even put, you know, that won't even practice group economics with you, that don't respect your word, that doesn't want to, you know what I'm saying, budget and and follow your word and opinions and your authority. Like, what good is a renegade woman like that for you? You know what I'm saying? A person that thinks your only importance is how much is your dollar amount that you can apply to her pocketbook. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's you gotta buy your respect these days, man. It's a sad situation, man. But you gotta buy your respect in today's times. Think about that. Just think about that for a second. Laying down, having a kid, doing some forever soul ties. I don't mean nothing. They want that paper. And that respect will be contingent on how consistent you are with that piece of paper. You understand me? The dignity and respect that you receive will be contingent on how much of that paper you can put into her pocket. It ain't about the love that you put into your child. It's not about the time and the presence that you can put into your child. A lot of these women have it way lost, man. They have it way messed up. And I'm telling you, once you have a child with a man, that means, I ain't gonna say you should be his slave, but you should follow his every order. You should be a help. You should be what God put you on this earth to be, the support. And that's why a lot of these families are so out of order. That's why our communities are out of order, man. Just being honest, man. That's why our communities are completely degenerate and out of order for the majority. For the majority, man. Because with this mindset, you cannot progress, man. And they wonder why our community is just in the situation and the status in which it's in. You cannot thrive when you have people with this mindset. You cannot thrive. Society will not thrive. It will not be healthy. It cannot be healthy. And God is looking at us, man. I'm telling you right now. God is looking at the way in which a lot of these women conduct themselves, and that's why he's punishing us. Look at our children that's suffering. He ain't punishing the women, he's punishing your children. You know what I'm saying? The children are getting the brunt of the animus and stuff like that. It's sad, man. Because the women, they should know better. You know, a lot of these women, they should definitely know better. They should know the dangers that they're leading their children into by continuing to perpetuate this mindset that they do. You know, you're putting your child right in harm's direction. By instilling this mindset in them, you're sending them, you're putting them basically in the lion's den, as I call it, man. You're feeding them to the lions. We are feeding these babies right to the lions, man. Continue to put this divisive, argumentative, combative mindset into them. As I call it, a dysfunctional mindset, dysfunction. Where the mother and father can lay down and have a seed, have a child, and have complete disdain and lack of respect for one another. Just make that make any type of sense. Where people can lay down, have children together, soul ties, do one of the most forever divine precious things that God gave us on this earth, which is creating life. It's one of the most beautiful divine things that God gives us, is being fruitful and being able to multiply and have children. And we just put our nose up to it and wipe our ass with it, for lack of better words. We act as if the blessings that God gives us are nothing. And that's why we're getting, like I said, and that's why we're getting the results that we're getting, if you ask me. That is why we're getting these results that we are getting in our communities, collectively. Oh, you want to worship money over giving full submissiveness and support to the man you lay down with? Watch this. Watch how hard I make it for you, because you're out of order biblically.
Who you have a kid with. If, like, I feel like for my situation, it was more about the relationship more than about the kids. So, like, it stems off of not pulling his weight as a father, rather than you'll go the extra mile. If I block you today and we fussing about nothing about, that don't have to do with Kayoni. You ready to go the extra mile by blowing on my phone? Like, you ready to go the extra mile about all this and that, these short responses, all this okay, and this. So this is just like.
Yeah, because you probably trying to alienate him from a child. Let's be honest, talking about he'll blow. Why would he blow you up if he's trying to get in contact with a child? This is the thing. Women be telling half truths, man. This is why we can't never have good dialogue and actually be forthright and honest about situations that plague the black community and just plague relationships today in general. Why would he be blowing you up? Are you alienating him from his child? Is he trying to get in contact with his child? And then you're denying him that ability? Like, women to be, like I said, they tell half truths. They be out here lying. They really be out here lying, telling half truths. They really be out here lying, telling half truths, man. Like, I'm saying, you know, and it just like I have a situation myself. I can just, you know, give my own life as an example, man. Like, I deal with a dysfunctional baby mother that has 2 other baby daddies. She has 1 child, which is mine, an 11-year-old, about to be 12 in May, and you know, she's just seeing firsthand, like, you know, parental alienation is real. You know, it's real. It's realer than the mug, man. Like, parental alienation is real, man. So I just know, you know, I know what a lot of men out here go through. You know what I'm saying? So, like, she's over here. A lot of these women, you know, I feel like they like the attention. You know, they don't get enough, especially in today's time. In today's time, attention is a drug, and a lot of these women ain't get enough of it. So they're going through withdrawal. You know, they go through anything for it. Just talking about he blowing you up, and then he be nonchalant. Yeah, because if things are going good, then he can contact his daughter. He's gonna be chill, you know. But he's gonna blow you up if you're trying to be funny style and deny him be able to have a conversation with his daughter when he wants to. Men want full access to their kids, man. They just don't want to deal with the women a lot of time. That's just the only issue. You know what I'm saying? That these women can throw in a lot of these men's faces. They've been unfaithful. You know, okay, like, you're unfaithful to a woman that you're not wed to. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make it, I guess, any much better, but it's just the facts. It's just the facts. Like, you're unfaithful to a woman that I'm not even committed or wedded to. You know, the woman at that point, you need to fall in line. You still need to be a helpmate. You still need to be listening to his directions in order. It's like, these women is just, like I said, they're just so confused as to their position in life.
I just want to get it out. Like, just be careful who you have a kid with. Like, if that man shows you how he is before you have the kid, look at all the details. Look at who the parents, the mommy. Like, look at, like, it's a must that you're supposed to look at every single thing before you have a kid.
It goes back to my story of discernment. Why wouldn't you do this in the first place? So it goes to just show continuous, you know, happenings of people not wanting to do the proper work. You know, as I said, man, it is really wild. It really is wild. People not wanting to do the proper work that needs to be done. Why would you lay down with a man without knowing who his mother is, how he was raised? Like, that in itself just already shows, like, just the airhead. Why would you lay down with a man that you don't know all his family situation, where he came from, how he was raised? Like, what sense does that make at all?
Like, I literally say that all the time now. Like, wait.
That's the reality. That is the kicker that I'm trying to get at right now. I'm trying to help the black community and really just help the community in general, because it's becoming more. It's not just a black thing, a black and white thing at this point. It is a culture thing. It is a Western culture thing at this point, man. So we gotta admit it. We gotta be honest about it. It is a Western culture thing of having broken homes in America. And I've seen all races at this point have broken homes in America, man. A first world country that has access to a lot of resources and things of that, and we still have dysfunctional relationships. That makes sense to me. When we have all these outlets, all these education, all of these, you know, avenues in which to get psychology, you know, psychological help and things like that, and family counseling and all these things, and we still can't get it right, man. But like I said, TNP, man, hit that like button, man. I feel like we got this, you know, a good little bit of content today, man. But I just had to give my 2 cents out there as far as what I see and what is the problems that's plaguing America right now. And in my opinion, mothers that date create these gang banging YNs and these sexy red back, you know, bust down backdoor $5 hoes. You understand? So it's just facts, man. And we wonder why, like I said, the fabric of society is slowly but surely getting weighing down, man.
Before having another kid. Like, oh, sweetheart, here's the kids.
They gonna figure out. Homeless living in my car without my son. Single mom struggles are deadly. Single mom, I don't want to pity. No pity. I'm here. Anybody get up